Hey guys, Retro Reviews here again with another Transformers video review, and this time I'll be taking a look at the Robots in Disguise Mega-Octane figure. Starting from where we left off, we are going to be covering the Decepticons now for a few videos, just because this is the point in chronological order when they appear. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at Mega-Octane. He is a repaint and remold of the Onslaught figure from the 1986 line of Transformers from Generation 1. As you can see, he is a long-nosed armory truck. Long-nosed armory flatbed truck, to be precise. He does roll pretty well. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 10 wheels in all that help him roll. As well as this cannon can pivot up and down. You can get it that far and bring it down. He does have this really nice camo job done on him. Does kind of bring out the whole army utilitarian feel to him. He does look really nice like that. Now, for size comparison, this was released as a deluxe class figure, so it was released at the $10 price point back in 2001. So here he is next to a figure of the same price point. There's Prowl. Now, one thing to mention is that he is a little long to be considered a deluxe, but he has because he's an 86 Transformer and a 2001 line, he has about the same engineering as a deluxe, or actually in his case more of a basic. But anyways, what they did to be able to sell him as a deluxe was they folded that up so that way it could stay in packaging, and then with all the other bits from Renition that were packaged with him helped fill out the rest of the box. So he was a deluxe class, even though he's about the size of a Mega, but functionality of a basic on his own. And then here he is, robot size comparison. We'll go ahead and take a look at Sideburn here. Get him in frame. So yeah, as you can see, yeah, pretty decent. Gonna pair it up with some modern day figures. We'll go ahead and bring out the standard Siege Ironhide and Siege Prowl. So there you can get a good look at how he compares with some modern day figures. Now, on to the first step of transformation. He still does, in the instructions, have the base mode as Onslaught did from G1. However, the gimmick to the base mode is neutered. So we'll go ahead and do that anyway. We'll show it off anyways, just because it's for the sake of the review. So go ahead, first you take off the guns, and then you pull the legs out, and then separate the legs apart, and then fold them on this joint, and then shimmy them back up on the slider joint. Take the front of the truck, rotate it around. Now I take the gun, and then this square peg is going to fit in the hole on the back of Onslaught's head. Like so. And then the shield is going to tab in to form a ramp. So this is the base mode. This is also how Onslaught would combine onto Trypticon in the original 86 toy line. And then there was also a spring-loaded mechanism installed in here, so you would put one of the Combaticons up here and then push the button and it would launch one of them down the ramp. So that's how that gimmick was supposed to work. But we won't focus on that because it doesn't function on this toy anymore. It's just a little bit of a display point. So get him back into truck mode. Very simple transformation. To transform him into robot mode now, I'm going to fold up this back section of the truck and then pull the legs down. Go ahead and separate them and get him stood up, and then take the cannon and slide it down. It kind of keeps it a little bit more stable against his back. Now we're gonna get up here a little bit better. Separate the front of the truck and fold it down. And then there's these little notches here. Get your fingernail under. And then be able to slide his hands out. And then, because he's a parts former from G1, you have to take this chest piece and clip it on. So there is Mega-Octane in his robot mode. Go ahead and get a close-up on that head sculpt. Now, one thing I do have to appreciate for 80s, or like the 86 onward figures that were in G1, is that they could design a pretty good head sculpt really well. And Onslaught definitely does, or Mega-Octane now definitely does get that from Onslaught, where his head sculpt is just very, it's very utilitarian. It looks like somebody who's ready to command an army. And that's what I want out of a Decepticon that's decked out in a desert, or in an army camo. Now, posability wise, I don't know if all of this is entirely the same as Onslaught. At least one point of articulation. His head is on a swivel. Can rotate 360 degrees. That's the only part that I don't know is on Onslaught or not, because I don't own the original Combaticons, so I don't have them to compare with. But then also due to transformation, he can kind of bend his arm up so he can shrug. But that's really not useful articulation there, but he can bend his arm out, as well as rotate 360 degrees. And then everything from the waist down is static. There's no waist articulation, and there's no knees, and there's no feet. So he is pretty basic. He is G1, just move the arms forward. Accessories wise, we're only going to go over 2 accessories with this figure right now. We'll go over the rest of the accessories when we get to the Commandos finale review of Runition. He does come with the a remolded version of Onslaught's gun. The remolding here is that this hole is all the way through now, so when it comes to combining the larger weapons or the smaller weapons together for a larger weapon for Runition, it makes it easier. And then also the shield piece can fit into his other hand, like so. So kind of gives him like a little riot shield thing, which looks pretty cool. I do like that. He does he does have a lot of really good presence in his robot mode, despite just being a brick, because he's a an 86 combiner torso. So yeah, not really much to say. This is probably one of the, like, everybody knows the Combaticons, so this repaint of the Commandos is honestly, I prefer this version as opposed to the Bruticus set from the 86, because the colors are more, I don't know, I just like the green army colors on him better than the blue. But anyways, that's about it for Mega-Octane here. A pretty decent figure on his own. He is a G1 Transformer being sold 15 years after he was originally released. So he does kind of have that going against him. However, it is also a cheaper alternative than being able to find the Combaticons, and slightly more playable. Now, he does have the neutered gimmick from Onslaught, but he does make up for it with better colors. I do really think that the head was not articulated on Onslaught, but yeah, the brighter colors and him being able to hold the shield, albeit awkwardly, still adds a little bit more play features to him, so pretty nice altogether. Real quick though, I do want to show off size comparisons again. So we'll go again and bring out the other two Deluxes that we looked at earlier. There it goes. So yeah, you can see he is significantly taller than modern day Deluxes, and even taller than a Deluxe released at the same time. So all things considered, just from his size alone, I feel like he could have been released as a Mega class, but they did only release him as a Deluxe, probably because the engineering incorporated in him does not constitute for Mega class sized engineering. So, that being said, considering the fact that probably finding a full Runition set would be a lot cheaper than finding a full Bruticus set, I would definitely recommend the Bruticus set over the Runition set over the Bruticus set if you're just going for play value, because you're still getting the same thing. It's just a newer color scheme, and just overall a cheaper, easier way to get a hold of it, since this thing was released it's like a 15-year anniversary figure of Bruticus. So anyways, that's about it for my review. This has been Ratch Reviews. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.